I'm back with another gameplay video, and I'm so excited because today is Magneto release day, and he's actually here in the UK, which is amazing. So it's day one. I'm not going to do anything too crazy because I'm going for an Uncanny X-Men deck, and a bit of an infamous card here, very strong. Basically, it's a free cost support that once in play, each of your allies gets +1 hit point, and then they also cost 1 fewer resource to play as long as they're, X-Men again. Long story short, everything gets a lot of health and it's very, very cheap and it's very, very good. And I want to try some of the new allies with this bonus. We've got Cyclops, who lets choose an enemy and deal more damage to it. We've got Phoenix, who's going to ready up allies, maybe to do even more damage. A little bit like kind of like game time, but the target ally does not need a training. Then we've got Kid Omega, who's just very flexible and very cheap. So you'll see more of these in the gameplay, hopefully. But I'm excited to try them. We have other new allies with Magneto that I'm not using. One of them is M, and that is because she targets a minion. And Magneto actually has 4 cards in his hero kit which target minions, so she's almost competing with him. So, I thought I'd take somebody else. And I haven't got White Queen in here either, just because I don't know if her ability to discard a status card is going to be better than other options, although the opponent we have has a lot of tough cards, but I made the decision, no White Queen in this attempt. So let's see how we go. So who am I fighting? Well, if you looked at the thumbnail, you'll probably see we're going to have a Ronan on Expert, naturally. So 18 hit points on his first stage, 25 on the next stage. He's going to have toughness on both of those. He's going to have retaliate on one. He's going to have the universal weapon and things. And I think Magneto is a pretty strong hero as long as you don't get a bad hand. And I think the X-Men with Uncanny X-Men, kind of crazy. So I'm actually expecting this to go pretty well. I'm only worried about turns 1 and 2, really. Now, because we have this hazard symbol from, the Kree command ship, Ronan is going to hit us with 2 encounter cards. I didn't really want, but here we are. The first one is Fanaticism. No! Okay, guys, we're all set up here. I will say this is my second attempt because I just tried to defeat Ronan, and he, on his first attack, got booster cards with Piercing and Overkill, and then the first encounter card was Fanaticism. And long story short, he annihilated Magneto. So, full transparency, this is attempt 2. Let's just give the decks an extra good shuffle while you guys can see, just so it's really, really random. Same with the encounter deck. Please, please, no under fire on top. Please, 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 please. Oh, that was so brutal. Fanaticism can stay away. So, I think I've set everything up again. Kree command ship gives him this hazard icon every turn, but does let us block treacheries. He's got the universal weapon. We need to do his when revealed. We've cut the power. I don't know where that is. Found it. So let's give this another shuffle. Not that I remember where anything is, but we might as well be fair. Just a few little ones there. So cut the power comes in with 3 threat. We're starting off with 5 threat on the board. But we can handle that, can't we? We've got the Power Stone, although that is what gives him that double boost card, which was particularly painful last time. I had a good start. I actually had 3 allies on turn 1. Technically 4, I hit Coffin back up. I had to cycle Pixie in. It was crazy. It was a great start. But Ronan just said, I ignore all your allies, all your toughs, everything, and I annihilate you. So, here we go. Drawing up my first hand size, starting an Alter Ego, obviously. Let's see what we get here. So, Asteroid M. Beast is interesting. Colossus, interesting if we don't get Piercing. Magnetic Missile, not so useful right now. Magnetic Bubble, honestly, given what happened, I kind of like having that in hand, but I don't know if I can afford it here. And Build Support. Build Support, turn 1, is going to give us Uncanny X-Men turn 1, which is going to let us play Beast and Colossus for a reduced price. So let me do a little bit of maths here. So let's say, for argument's sake, Magnetic Bubble pays for Build Support. With the Power Stone and my 2 falling on my hero, I can take that out, and now I have Uncanny X-Men. That means Colossus is down from 4 cost down to 3 because I'm an X-Men, down to 2 because of that. That means I would be left with Beast in hand. That's not so good. So let's say maybe Beast is reduced to 3 cost, and I use maybe the Milano. That will get me a double, which will then pay for Colossus. So I do think I can have Uncanny X-Men and 2 allies out, 1 with a tough turn 1. I think that's pretty good. It does mean, why did I put this up to 5? It does mean I probably still have cut the power here. The main scheme is going to go up to 4. Well, I am going to have allies to help with this. I think what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to be a little bit greedy and fish for a double resource. I do have card draw as well for my magnetic pull here. This is my third time playing Magneto. First time, as I said in the first attempt, was aggression in two-player with Justice Vision as well. And then my second game was, leadership against Ronan, and yeah, that was fanaticism away. So let's mulligan these two. I don't think I want Asteroid M with any great, priority considering the tempo that Ronan asks for. I guess I'm not committing to Magnetic Bubble either. So let's mulligan 3. We get 1, 2, 3. Oh, Electromagnetic Blast will remove his Universal Weapon and cut the power. Okay, this might change my plan here. I'm glad I did this though, because getting rid of Universal Weapon with Electromagnetic Blast early is really, really good. Hopefully you guys don't mind the talking. It's a lot of talking, but I like to figure out tactically the best way rather than, just play. So let's say that will pay for Electromagnetic Blast. Let's stick with Milano paying for build support. That then leaves me with... I'm going to get another card here. So I could still play Beast, but then I've got a double resource. I'm not doing anything. There's a world where I switch things around, and I don't use a Milano, which leaves it free to hit the main. But there is a world as well where, yeah, I just... Because I will have Uncanny X-Men here, I just get Colossus down. I think that's good. I think we're going to go for that. Hopefully that all adds up as well as it does in my head. Um, you know what? I can keep Milano free. We'll see. If I get my cape, everything changes, and I'm going to try and prioritize that if I can, or keep it in hand. Like the cape is my almost my favorite Magneto card I've found so far. Just the readying, super flexible with his stats. So we've got 10 health. Ronan has 18. Let's get this show on the road. So I flip down to hero form. And let's start out with our card draw. So Magnetic Pull is a discard from our deck until we find a magnetic card. Helps if my finger isn't over it. And then we add that magnetic card to our hand. 1, there goes an ally. 2, there goes a double. And 3 is another magnetic missile. Don't mind finding that early, honestly. Trying not to rely on that. That doesn't really change our plan here at all. In fact, it just makes it pretty straightforward. So we'll use Master of Magnetism, a double resource to pay for Electromagnetic Blast. This card says remove 3 threat, and if you remove the last threat from a scheme, you get to discard an attachment with the text hero action or response. So that removes 3 threat from Cut the Power. See you later. Then with our magnetic powers, we grab the universal weapon, and because it has that hero action, we can get rid of it. It's discarded. Boom. That is such a relief, because I could not find Electromagnetic Blast in my last attempt whatsoever. I only had a couple turns, but I was, looking for it, trust me. So yeah, that's good. So let's go ahead and use Magnetic Missile to pay for build support. Free threat and build support, but I've got the Power Stone, so boom, Magneto is going to forward it. This goes to the victory display, but not before each player, and that's just me here, gets to search the deck and discard pile for a card and, a support, 3 cost or less, and put it into play. Let me find that nice blue Uncanny X-Men. There it is. So that is going to help us tremendously. That's not any real setup we've got here, but it is tremendously powerful setup. And even if we get overkill now with piercing, we're actually in a pretty good position because Colossus will just tank 4 of that on his hit points. So Colossus is 4 cost. Because we're an X-Men, he's 3 cost. And because of Uncanny X-Men, he's 2 cost, which is kind of silly. Oh, I forgot to give Ronan his tough. Whoops. There goes Colossus. With his own stuff, a lot of toughs here. There's a lot of kind of macho energy. It's kind of a contest. I don't think it's necessary. Magneto rises above all that. Maybe just because his magnetic powers allow him to rise, but nonetheless, that's pretty good. We can exhaust Milano to remove 3 threat from the scheme. Well, 2 threat, but we can do as much as we possibly can, and that's what that is. Excellent. This is much better than last time, guys. So I have a good feeling about this. What could go wrong? Let's ready up and drop to our hand size. We're definitely keeping that tough on Colossus because lessons learned a very hard way. Okay, let's Electromagnetic Blast again and a million resources. But I do have Phoenix who can ready up Colossus. That's going to be good tempo. Hopefully I get something good here. So I've got threat removal. I've got damage kind of in this hand. So actually, don't hate this. This is kind of good. If our magnetic pull did find the cape or armor or our helmet, some kind of setup, This might be a good time to play it if the board doesn't go super, super crazy from the double encounter cards. So the first thing is the threat goes up by 2 per person in the scenario. Then Ronan is going to hurt us with double boost cards because we control the Power Stone. That's his force interrupt here. Colossus blocks it as we were talking about. So it's going to be 3, 4, 5 with overkill. He's trying to get me. So that just pings off the tough and everything's fine. And if you guys hadn't noticed, I'm using these little red counters to say when something is exhausted. I just find it the easiest way to do that. And then it's encounter cards. Oh no, extra one because of the hazard icon. Please no fanaticism. Please, 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 please. It's Rogue Vessel. Oh no. Okay, still not ideal. Then that's going to surge into Superior Tactics. Power Stone cannot be unattached for him. When revealed, give him a Power Stone. Okay, that's taking it off us without having to take damage. Don't hate that. And then he comes in with 2 threat. That's honestly absolutely fine. I will take that. Fine, whatever. And the last encounter card, unless it surges a ton, is Drawing Nearer. Oh, I'm playing standard 3. I forgot to say that. And we have the setup pass for it here. Yeah, whoops. I guess we're going to tuck that kind of over here as well. We don't need to read it too much until the counters add up, which is about to start happening. I've not seen Magneto's Nemesis in a game yet, so that's exciting. And then I think we suffered everything we need to. And Rogue Vessel is going to go off and deal 1 damage to me. Honestly, this doesn't feel too bad. Okay, so at the start of the player phase, after your turn begins, in solo play, so it is the kind of beginning, whatever, I have this card. It's going to be new recruits. I did kind of want to show off the new side scheme, but it's not mandatory here. I'm not enamored with it. I think it's fine. But yep, that is gone, and that means we get to add a counter to Pursued by the Past. So we have 3 more to go. A little bit scary, and I need to get rid of Rogue Vessel. Superior Tactics, I am not worried about whatsoever. So I'm definitely going to play Phoenix. I am, it seems like a good time to play Death Focus, and then I can pretty much play whatever my magnetic pull gets me. Let us hope it's not a double resource right now. So we're going to do that magnetic pull, discard until we find a magnetic. Goodbye, Utopia. It's a cape! Yes! So we can't use a cape this turn, but this is incredibly good. So maybe we're going to reprioritize. How can I do this? That for that. This for Phoenix. Yeah, this works out fine. It just means Death Focus isn't spent here. Although, I need to get rid of the Rogue Vessel. I think this is going to stick around, and we're probably just going to see our Nemesis at some point and suffer the consequences. So I'm going to have to exhaust Milano and spend 2 resources to get rid of the Rogue Vessel, which I do not want to stick around whatsoever. So that kind of sucks. But we're then going to get to use energy to play down our Cape, and we're then going to get to use down Genius to play down Phoenix, who readies an ally and heals them. Now, Colossus hasn't taken any damage, but I'll take the ready, no problem. And then let's get some stuff going on here. So Phoenix will thwart 2 off of here. That just makes sense. And that's gone. Then I guess I will pop the tough off Ronan, and Colossus will proceed to punch him in the face. And because I've not done 3 damage, Colossus has, and my ally doesn't steal the Power Stone back, which is actually good in this situation. Puts Ronan down to 15. There's 2 threat in the main scheme, but I think we're just going to take that at this point. And I've got the cape here, so theoretically in future that's going to be okay. Yeah, let's go with that. Hopefully I get Professor X soon so I can go Ultrigo and get rid of this Drawing Nearer. Not feeling great about that. So drawing up to our hand size. Got a double. Got Triage. Love it. Pixie. Love it. And got our armor. If I can afford to set this up with keeping tempo, that's really, really good. Don't know if I made it clear enough, by the way. Phoenix was discounted by Uncanny X-Men, making her cheaper. So, villain stuff. Oh no, 2 more threats at 2 out of 7. Hopefully no, advance or the equivalent in standard 3, which is Dark Designs. Let's see what happens here. So now Ronan is attacking with just a single boost card. Does Colossus take it, or do I take it? It's going to be 4 baseline. I think we can afford to have Colossus take it here. He could, he's got some health left, but it's a bit awkward with the double consequential, so sure. So it's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I'm so glad I did not take it. Goodbye, Colossus. Ronan just really... Oof. That was a lot. He's on the scrap heap, and it's going to take more than magnetic powers to put him back together. But that's okay. Everything is okay. Nothing is on fire. I still have another ally here. Let's go ahead and get our double encounter card. So that's so annoying. Stupid Kree command ship. We are getting... You stand accused. Ronan the accuser attacks you with +1 attack. Okay, so now he's attacking for 5. I wanted to keep Phoenix here. She's got so much health. But this attack is going to be devastating. I could pay with the Milano and the command ship here. I could pay to cancel it. What do I have on here? 2 more hit points of 2 thwarting and a block. You know, that's like a for justice. But I'm kind of losing. I do think this is better. I just hope this isn't something like Evil Alliance or, I don't know. Let's see what happens. So, Force Milano, spend a resource. That will cancel this treachery. Oh, I hope that wasn't a mistake. We now have Kree Commando. That's fine. I did get rid of Wrapped in Metal, though. Whoops. But this is fine. This is actually perfectly fine. I'm pretty happy with this result. Goes back to my turn. Have to discard another card here. There goes another copy of Uncanny X-Men. Don't care. 2 counters on there, though. I do care about. I do really want to get rid of this. Or I just ignore it, accepting that my Nemesis is going to hit, and leave it there. But I have mixed feelings about that, not having the Milano now. Did I ready that up? That was from the... Oh, no, yeah, that was so much going on in this scenario, and I'm under a lot of pressure. A lot of excuses. It's also past midnight here. I've got all the excuses lined up. Anytime I could find time. Fortunately, I'm a bit of a night owl, but I'm also very tired. I'm tired of Ronan, so we're going to throw some metal at him. Somehow, somewhere. I think I don't use the armor initially, which might be a mistake, but I feel like for tempo, I want to see what my options are and see what else I get here. Gonna commit to that. So, but I do ready up, so I definitely want to use my character first. Let's go ahead and take 2 off. Phoenix can take a lot of the main as well. Okay, I'm going to attack for 2. I'm just going to do it. If this ends up being wrapped in metal, we made a mistake. Hopefully you guys couldn't hear my clock too much there, but I'm pretty sure you can. So now we're going to use Magnetic Pull to discard. I don't actually know if I kept track of all my wrapped in metals. Oh, well, I did say I was going to throw some metals, so I should have seen that coming. That's pretty funny. I still think that might be a good move for us. It will set up a magnetic missile in the future. If that pays for that, I can then have this pay for Pixie. Pixie will get another ally, which will pay for Triage. That does just seem like the best thing to do here, although I'm losing armor. It is slower tempo, and this is Ronan. Ah, is that really the best outcome here? Different plan. I do this, and I play Triage. That's so slow. It's too slow. Stupid Kree Commando, you're now wrapped up, and wrapped in metal completely blanks their text box when attached, and means they can't activate. So effectively, they're defeated in everything but name, and sit around waiting for me to throw them, which is very kind of them. We'll then use the armor to pay for Pixie. Pixie will find us an ally in our discard pile. There is a world where I did things differently, got beat to get a double, but I think this is going to be fine. I'm quite happy to just keep the tempo going. I don't want to rewind too much and super optimize because I'm recording this. Got to keep this entertaining. I still think this is a good play. So that gets Kid Omega to hand. And I have a choice between Kid Omega or Trash. They're both, down to 1 cost because of Uncanny X-Men. Same as Pixie, which is pretty silly. Still got Drawing Near here, though. And I think it's just going to have to happen. Kid Omega, I think, is just going to give me, more flexible output than Phoenix. So even though I want to kind of heal things with Triage after, using her one more time, I think Kid Omega is actually just kind of better here, maybe. Going to keep my options open. So let's go ahead and do that. And let's just move this wrapped up guy over here. He's out of action. Have a good lineup here. So if my Nemesis comes in, at least I'm prepared. Phoenix is going to thwart for 2 off of here. I think... Did I ready up with my cape? I'm pretty sure I didn't. So I should be ready. So I will go ahead and take another 2 off of there. I'm going to have Pixie attack for 2. She's got bonus health, don't forget, because of Uncanny X-Men. So that takes Ronan down to 13. Do I want to attack with Kid Omega for tempo? I think the answer is yes. So he's down to 11. Kind of want to go Ultra Ego here. It's drawing nearer, but I can't get rid of it right now anyway. So let's try and make sure we stay on this main scheme as it is. We have a lot of value generated here, but, you know, I'm about to deck out, get an extra encounter card. Probably next turn, you know, I'm discarding a lot with Magneto stuff. Against Ronan, that's scary. I don't know how bad his nemesis is. I've only glanced over, you know, the extra cards in briefly. So yeah, kind of going a little bit crazy here. But yeah, we're readying up and hoping for the best. So I'm getting Professor X, excellent. Beak, pretty good. Clarity of purpose. Okay, my helmet, and then metal shard. So I've got damage. I've got thwarting. This is a good hand. I've got the helmet and clarity of purpose, so I could set up here. I've got everything I could want, and I'm feeling good about everything. So 2 threat gets added to the main scheme. Then he's going to attack me for 3, 4, and whatever's on here. I think it's Pixie's time to block. So I said 4, 5. She's gone. Sorry, Pixie, but hey, at least you grabbed a more useful ally. Really feel like I should be doing something else here, but we are actually fine, so that's really, really good. So double encounter card time, of course. Come on, Ronan. But we are getting up first. We have pincer maneuver. Don't really mind that. I felt like my threat move was pretty good here, so that's 5 threat. And then Free private with quick strike. Okay, I'll take it. We're not getting much coming up from standard 3 here, so this is still going to be safe for one more turn. But it's starting to get in danger of a boost effect triggering it or drawing nearer triggering it, which is both bad. So I think I might make the a priority here to flip down and get rid of it if I can zero everything. If the main scheme goes over, the main scheme goes over. But I do have the Confuse on Professor X as a priority. So over to my turn. Drawing near it triggers yet again. Please don't be a double. It's Triskelion. So we are now 1 away from Doom. Doom. So let's prioritize some stuff here. I need to use Magneto, then use my cape, see what I get. I'm pretty sure I've got a magnetic card left in here. I'm probably just going to risk it rather than count all the cards just because I'm on video. But I can tell you earlier, whenever I was using this, my deck was almost empty. I was checking I had something in there. I wasn't discarding for no reason, for no gain. Although you could technically do that if you wanted to try and reset your deck sooner. I could use metal shards to take out the Kree Private, getting a tough. I missed some of the damage, but the tough is especially good against Ronan. So I think I like that idea. But I also want to play Professor X, and I don't think I have the money for all of this. I do have the Milano. Milano could remove 3 threat from pincer maneuver, though. But I can do that with Professor X and Phoenix. So let's say Metal Shards pays for Clarity. Clarity and Beak pay for Professor X. My helmet is still ready for drawing nearer. What I'm getting here, Professor X and Phoenix's pincer maneuver is gone. And with Kid Omega and Magneto activating a couple times, I can get rid of the Kree Private. So, yeah, I think we punish the Kree Private in the... Oh, what if I get Magnetic Missile? I put that on Ronan, that's fine. You know it's going to happen now, as it happened last time. So 2 damage here from Magneto. And then we're going to do a magnetic pull ability and see what we get. Well, we got metal shards, but we decked out. So a little bit hit and miss. So we get an extra encounter card, which I don't love. But we do ready with our cape. Oh boy, I have not figured out quite how that's going to all go. So metal shards and metal shards. It really wants me to play metal shards. I don't want to. I really want to play Professor X, and I really want to get clarity of purpose, so I start to have more resource generation. A little bit risky against, there is a world where I keep the helmet in hand. Does that even matter for anything? Let's say I'm keeping the helmet to get rid of drawing nearer. Let's say I'm using Beak and Metal Shards to play Professor X. I can play Clarity and not even use it. I don't know if I like that. I mean, I keep Milano here, which is really, really good. I think we're going to do it. So Metal Shards will just straight up pay for Clarity of Purpose. There's a world where I keep Beak for next turn because he is so good. I'm so set up. That might honestly be the move here. So I will go ahead and take that 1 damage from Clarity to generate a resource for Professor X as well as Metal Shards. He only costs 2 because of Uncanny X-Men. So there he is entering play. I'll choose the option to give the villain a Confused Status card. Running out a little bit of space. Let's just put this useless wrapped up minion over here. Keeping Beak in hand here. I've also got Magneto's helmet still in hand here. Professor X going to do the thing where he thoughts. And so is Phoenix. That takes out Pincer Maneuver. Goodbye to that. And I am going to attack alongside Kid Omega. And that finishes off the Kree Private, no problem. The main scheme has still got 2 threat on it as a thing. It's probably going to go over if I've got the Confused there. I'm getting extra encounter cards, so... But I do have the Milano to cancel 1. I think we go ahead and flip. This drawing era has been pursuing me too long. So Magneto's helmet, discarded to get rid of this. Hopefully that's the right call. Keep Beak in hand to try and hopefully save the main scheme in the future. Could recover next turn if I get the opportunity. Phoenix is exhausted. Everyone's exhausted. I think I put the consequential damage on. So let's frigging use the Milano, which I had lying around here, to zero the main scheme. Much better. Keeping Beak, drawing up to my 6. Oh, I could have done my Ultra Ego ability. I forgot to plan for that. This is my newness here. Do I want to put 2 Metal Shards and Magneto's helmet back in? I'm going to say yes, because I don't want to deck out again. And, you know, there's a lot of big minions in here, so I think that being a convenient solution. And also starting to get some pressure on Ronan is going to be good. If I can get the helmet with a double resource, that's good. It's such an expensive signature resource generator without that, but it does give, you know, steady, or was it Star Wars? I can't remember. I've not played Magneto that much. It's late. But I think that's good. So now we're drawing our hand size of 6. We've got 1, 2, that's good. 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a brilliant hand because I've got Cyclops. I can get Professor X back with Pixie. I've got Magnetic Bubble for defense, Magnetic Missile for attack, Beak for threat removal. Absolutely loving everything. So let's go ahead and figure this out. So 2 threat going on the main scheme. Ronan is confused. Doesn't that feel glorious? And we're getting our encounter card. So we can't get pursued by the past from a boost effect right now. But it is probably going to happen, is what I feel like. So let's go ahead and reveal our first encounter card. It is Single-Minded Fury, which will surge because he's got the Power Stone. It requires a Power Stone to do anything. And that makes us find Kree Private. And the Quick Strike misses because we're Ultra Ego. Absolutely amazing. Then Sinister Strike. That puts a counter on to Pursued by the Past. And that means very bad things are happening to us. So if there are 3 more than the number of players, which is 1, remove the counters and then flip this card. We have to go and find our Nemesis minion and, you know, do all the basically Shadow of the Past stuff. Then it flips back. Do not like that at all, but we kind of saw it coming, didn't we, guys? And that's kind of the advantage of Standard Free. There's less suspense, but more time to prepare. And that's kind of fun in different ways. Where did I put his Nemesis set? I've not used it yet. I think it's over here. You guys cannot see the struggle, but here we are. So Exodus, okay. Keyword soup. I did see this guy revealed by Critical Encounters, but you know, I didn't pay super a great deal of attention. Martyr for mutants. So when I get rid of this, I have to discard a whole bunch of stuff. Don't love that. Still got 1 more encounter card to go. This guy's elite, so yeah, Raptor Metal doesn't work. Then I've got Fabian Cortez for Frenzy and Angry Acolyte. Fabian Cortez and Frenzy, just going to make me discard a bunch of stuff. Not terrible, I don't think. Angry Acolyte. Each Acolyte activates if none, discard until I find one. That's going to shred the encounter deck, isn't it? Oh, I do not like Angry Acolyte. Okay. So I have to shuffle these in. In some ways, this might be weakening Ronan's deck, so this might work out for us in the long run. I didn't look at what boost icons they had on them, so whoops. Hopefully he doesn't start annihilating us now, but I'm pretty sure they're probably 1 to 2 icons at most. This guy's got 3 though, and this has 3, so that's going to start to suck. Let's go for our final encounter. Oh, forced response, but that's when he attacks, so we're fine right now. We have fanaticism. I probably could have used the Kree command chip to stop the Shadow of the Past, kind of triggering, but it was going to happen. Cannot stop fanaticism. I've still got the counters from when it defeated me in the first game, right there. And that surges. What do we get? It's going to be fanaticism. Guys, this might be the end of Magneto. Maybe I need more recursion just to keep spamming Colossus or something. Is kind of what I'm feeling here. I did shuffle magnetic shards back in here, which could help me get a tough. It's going to be, pretty useful because if I block with an ally, the piercing is against them, and the overkill doesn't have piercing. That will hit my tough. But yeah, things are getting a little bit tough here. Almost forgot, given that one encounter card led into a Shadow of the Past, and then one surged into another. That other fanaticism has surge as well, so we technically need to see nowhere is safe. Put a pursuit counter on the Pursued by the Past, and then we must discard an upgrade. Well, that is not going to be my cape or uncanny X-Men. I guess that's support, but this also triggers, for support. We are going to get rid of, I guess Wrapped in Metal is an option, but I think we're going for clarity of purpose. Boom, that's gone. That saved something much, much better. That's fine. No problem with that. Okay. I wish they were all that easy. Let's try not to panic. I don't really want to recover with this situation in front of me. Oh, Professor X is gone now. That's absolutely fine. I'm not worried about, not blocking with him. I wanted to flip down and try and prevent Exodus, or at least prevent him again in the future. He was going to happen. So, how much can I do here? Magnetic Missile will stun Ronan, which I think is going to be a really good use of my cards. Let's just say Cyclops will go ahead and pay for that. And that will get Wrapped in Metal kind of back in rotation a little bit. I think Beak will straight up get rid of Martyr for mutants, and I've got the double. Oh, he's only cost 1. That's so good. Maybe the Milano pays for Beak. That leaves me with enough ways to pay for Magnetic Bubble before I see what I get with Magnetic Pull. But I kind of have Pixie here too. So Pixie, I could play with what I get from Magnetic Pull. And then with the ally, she gets me. I can use that and a double for the bubble. It is going to put me over my ally limit, but I can use Phoenix here. Just have a consequential to defeat her. That will clear the main. It doesn't help me a ton with the minions. That's really not what I've been considering. Well, Exodus is what I'm talking about here, and it's not setting me up too well for fanaticism aside from the magnetic bubble. Exodus is a problem. He could hit me really, really hard. How do I deal with Exodus? I mean, Beak can pop the tough. I think we can solve everything here with the incredible value of Uncanny X-Men. So let's go ahead and get the party started. I am going to recover to full health in fear of double fanaticism. They weren't together last time, so you can tell I shuffled it because it got worse, albeit, later on. I'm then gonna flip down to hero form. I don't think there's anything else Ultra Ego to do. Before I make any decisions, I will see what I get with the cape. So I don't think there's any reason to delay. Just getting used to the sequencing a little bit here. Kind of interesting. I am actually enjoying Magneto quite a lot. Discarding for Magnetic Pull. No, Colossus. No, Gambit. And I got the helmet. Okay, well, the cape will ready us from doing that. There's a world where Pixie gets Colossus and I set Colossus up, and that feels like the smart play. Is that better than the bubble, though? Because the bubble... I think the bubble is smarter. Let me think here. He's got 3, 4, 5, 6 attack. I defend for 2. The bubble just goes away from 1 attack, so I don't think that's that great, but I think it is better than sacrificing Colossus, here, really I need to get the tough. Yeah, it's not really going to make much of a difference because this gives Ronan overkill and piercing, if you weren't aware, as well as +1 attack. Fanaticism is just brutal. I think we're going to stick with our original plan here. And just, yeah, we're going to have to go for it. So Cyclops is good. I could play Cyclops, but I think this works out better. So Cyclops pays for magnetic missile. So we're gonna throw the commando wrapped up in metal with our magnetic powers and just whoosh take out the Kree private. Ah no, I was gonna leave him. Gonna hit Ronan and stun him. There's no guard. There's no guard. He's down to 6. He is mortal. He can bleed. That stun is going to be useful for delaying fanaticism. I'll take anything. That goes to that discard pile. That goes to this discard pile. If you've not accidentally put wrapped in metal in the wrong discard pile or a minion in the wrong discard pile after you're using magnetic missile, you're not doing it right. I technically think that would make this on top, and putting things in the right order is especially important with Asteroid M in his hero signature kit because it gets the topmost magnetic card back into your deck. Okay, feeling pretty good about the stun on Ronan here. So let's go ahead and spend the helmet on Pixie. Pixie enters play for dirt cheap, and I can then get Cyclops into hand. And then, yeah, Cyclops will pay for. Let's hold up. I had a plan for Master for mutants, and it's Beak. Okay, yeah. Okay, Phoenix is actually going to pop the tough on Exodus. That'll be her last use. But she did very, very well for us. Shame she missed the deck cycle. Then we are using Cyclops to play Beak. There are now 3 X-Men allies, and that's Beak's ability. Kind of newish card, if very popular. You guys probably know what it does. Removing threat equal to the amount of allies. That's gone. Must now discard the top 9 cards of my deck. What were they thinking? Okay, this is going to take a while. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Beast, bunch of resources, bunch of magnetic stuff, all gone. Okay. And that's going to leave me with the Milano and the double to play the bubble. And that's going to help protect us as well. So I've got 2 attack, so does Pixie, so does Kid Omega. Oh, I was going to use Beak to pop this off. Let's go ahead and say I'm, Phoenix forwarded. There's no patrol. And let's go ahead and say Beak was the one who popped the tough. This is a little bit complicated. New hero, it's late. I'm making excuses. I hope you guys can follow along. But I'm attacking for 2. So is Pixie. She's taking double consequential, but lives from the extra health from Uncanny X-Men. Then Kid Omega. That defeats them, but I still think it's worth it to get rid of Exodus. So we dealt with Shadow of the Past against Ronan and kept things pretty under control. Really hoping I didn't make any mistakes because this feels pretty good, except, double fanaticism on the board. Starting to wish I could get my armor to try and boost up my defense, but it is what it is and it ain't what it ain't. But leaving this guy around does mean I can get a tough from metal shards, which will help us tank fanaticism. We're just kind of in survival mode until fanaticism is gone. Yep. That's going to be everything I've got. Ready everything up. Draw my 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got a forwarding event and a damage event, but no allies. But I don't have Utopia out, so it's not the end of the world, but it does mean I'm not getting any of the crazy value here. So hopefully things aren't too bad for us. 2 threat on the main. He's stunned. Feels like cheating so good. And then, the Kree Private will attack. That will put 1 counter on Magnetic Bubble. Actually, we put the damage there to be specific. It doesn't use counters. It's not telekinetic field like Phoenix, which is what I kind of think of when I look at it. Okay. Double encounter cards from that crazy hazard symbol. Here we go. First one is going to be Power Siphon. I can exhaust the Milano to get rid of this. I know the Rogue Vessel is gone, so I actually think that is fine. So let's exhaust the Milano. Power Siphon is gone. Don't even have to think about that. No, the discard a card from hand isn't too bad, but I don't know what this is going to be, and I might want something I've got. If I lost metal shards here, not worth thinking about. So we then get attacked, and I've exhausted the Milano. I was thinking about Ship Commander, wasn't thinking about this set. Well, here goes Magnetic Bubble. We're just going to let it hit us. That's fine. So, order operations is 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. And discard the top from my deck from the boost effect. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't like how quickly I'm getting toward another encounter card here. Now I wish I'd digging deep in. Uh, um, basically, our bubble gets popped. Super rude, but nothing overflows. Basically, you just put all the damage here, and then if there is 6 damage here, you get rid of it, and that's definitely 6 damage there, trust me. And we live to fight another day, and these fanaticism counters are gone. We are 1/3 of the way past that little nightmare. I think we're just gonna just go for it. I think we're gonna hopefully survive through both of these, and I don't think we're gonna live long enough for them to come around again. So I'm not gonna worry about deck resetting or holding off. As if I have the luxury to try and time that, that is fine. So I think getting down Death Focus here would be good, and then I can afford metal shards in combination with it. But I'm going to have an extra card from Magnetic Pull. But I think now it's getting serious. I am going to start counting cards. So I've got 1 metal card here, 2 in my hand, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's actually still magnetic cards left in here, so I'm safe to use my ability. So if I'm gonna metal shards, creep private, I need to maybe use Magneto for something more useful, and that is going to be warding for 2, just to keep that super, super, super safe. No problems doing that. There's a world where I flip down here before I do this to shuffle Magnetic Bubble back in my deck as well to survive this out. I'm going to take the risk that there's enough magnetic cards here. In fact, maybe almost all of these, like at least about half of these, if my maths is right. So I think I'm going to maybe be able to shuffle this back in if I flip down now anyway. So let's just see what we find. So I'm going to discard with Magnetic Pull. 1. Okay, get a double. That is going to allow me to do what exactly? Can I get another 1 cost out now? I can. I could get the Triskelion out. Well, that ain't bad. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be useful for the next deck cycle we're coming up on. So let's spend Electromagnetic Blast on Triskelion, increasing our ally limit, since Utopia has been discarded a lot. Then we're going to spend Uncanny X-Men, another spare copy, on Death Focus. Let's put that alongside Milano so the resource generators are together. Cool. Death Focus and double resource for Metal Shard. It's going to do too much damage to this guy. It's going to deal 7, but then if it defeats an enemy, we get a tough. New card. I don't think I've used it for that here yet. So let me show you guys what it does. Yeah, that guy is now officially in the bin. We are tough, and we are got a couple of chump blocks here too. Everything is fine, but I'm not made forward progress this turn. Oh, and I've readied up though. So you know what? I can attack. Ready up with the cape because I did magnetic pull. I can attack for 2. Little bit of progress. I probably shouldn't have put all this stuff in the discard before getting the bubble back, but I don't want to rely too heavily on, if I go Trigo here, there's a high chance the main scheme pops, which I don't want. I do want to start getting these counters off, so I don't want to flip down right now, I think. So we're going to risk it. Deck's going to reset. Bubble will be in there. With Magnetic Pull, I will find it faster than an average heal will find a card. I'm going to keep this decision and just run with it. So, time to ready up. I am building up the board. Getting Death Focus down is some kind of forward momentum, and Triskelion is going to be useful as well. So, we get 3 of our 5 hand size, get Wrapped in Metal and Metal Shards, so we can deal with a minion if it comes in next, which I have a feeling it will. X-Jet could be set up if I can afford to get that out. And here we go. Get an encounter card, don't want to forget that. And it's time to shuffle. Let us hope I get some good stuff here. Okay, that is all good. So I've got 3 out of 5, so 3, 4, 5. Okay, Professor X, fording. So I've got a high fording hand, and Wrapped in Missile into Magnetic Missile, Wrapped in Metal to Magnetic Missile in the same hand, and Metal Shards for tough, which is again useful against Fanaticism, and X-Jet for setup. I'm getting such good flexible hands here. I mean, its allies are really strong, but even aside from that, the events are falling in a really nice way here. Shuffling those magnetic metal shard cards in that before did actually work out kind of in the long run. I know it's kind of a separate deck reshuffle now by far, but I kind of liking this. I kind of having a good time with the versatility here. So 2 threat goes on the main scheme. Then Ronan's going to punch us on the face. We're going to block with... these missed the deck cycles, unfortunate. So maybe I should have used one, but I like keeping them around. Just in case I've got, just extra blocks around. The Beak's going to defend it. And that means we are getting attacked for 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's going to be 7, 8. Oh, when I magnetic missiled Ronan before, we got the Power Stone. So it's going to be 7, 8. Just 8, but I have to discard 4 cards again. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's Utopia again. Should have put Forge in here, but at least my obligation is gone. Although I don't think it's too bad. Oh well. Basically, what happens is Beak takes all that damage, and it has Overkill, and the Overkill hits my Tough, and we lose counters from Fanaticism. We are almost past the Nightmare. But it's starting to get closer to resetting. I did attack with Magneto, and I would have had that. I'm going to take the damage I legitimately got from having the Power Stone from magnetic missiling him. I think I should have had an extra boost card before, but I stunned him. I did get attacked again. It's messed things up slightly. In order to not, redo the recording, I will just take a couple damage here as a little, penance for my sins. I think that's probably fair. I don't know what it would have been, but we're going to run with it. I'm just like you guys. I make mistakes, especially with all the excuses I'm rolling with. So it's encounter card time. Yay. What could possibly go wrong with 3 encounter cards on Ronan? Kree Lieutenant. Thought we were going to get something like that. That's fine. Pinch the maneuver. 5 threat on that. That is fine. Especially Professor X. And then Evil Alliance would bring our nemesis back. I think I'm going to use the Milano, and let's spend the X-Jet. I don't think I have the tempo to set up right now, just trying to get something going to block this treachery, so we keep pursued by the pass clear for a long time yet. So that deals with that. So Wrapped in Metal is going to solve Kree Lieutenant, and then Professor X and Magneto at least are going to solve Pincer Maneuver. And hopefully I can afford to... Professor X and Wrapped in Metal is suddenly a problem to afford. But I do have a way to get an extra money here. Their focus not working on Wrapped in Metal for some reason, even though he uses superpower to wrap people in metal, is a big downside. I'm like wondering, their focus just hasn't felt great in the games I've played with Magneto. It is good, but it's not... Maybe I just don't Wrapped in Metal. Maybe I Def Focus to get a Tough back. I mean, that seems good. But what am I doing then with Professor X? I need to get my other magnetic double. Well, got to do something. Looks like I can take out Kree Lieutenant one way or the other. So let's just go ahead and worst case, I can take care of Pincer Maneuver on my own without Professor X, but I'd really like to get Professor X. So I'm going to fort for 3, and that will take this down to 2. And then it's magnetic pull time. What do we get? There goes a double, but it's not the double. There goes Colossus. There goes Gambit. I need to shuffle this a little bit better, I can see. Another double. Another double. I mean, well, this was shuffled. And I get the helmet, which doesn't help me in this moment. I'd love to set up with it, but I want to keep on top of the fanaticisms. So I'm going to keep Professor X for next turn. And I might keep Wrapped in Metal for next turn, honestly. Do I keep the helmet? But it's getting a little bit hard to afford. And I've just seen a bunch of doubles go. Honestly, I'll just use Death Focus and these 2 cards for Metal Shards, which is 7 damage, and that would perfectly defeat the Lieutenant and give us a Tough. Starting to run out of chump blocks, but I'll probably get another ally along with Professor X in my next hand, I hope. I will just fort down Pincer Maneuver. We will leave that 2 threat on the main. That is fine. And yeah, that's going to be it. No forward momentum again there. Maybe I shouldn't be going for so much control, but like double acceleration tokens, I don't think that's going to end well for us. Do I really keep Wrapped in Metal here? Have I seen any other Wrapped in Metals? My brain does not remember. No. Okay, tell you what. Gonna ditch that. Gonna keep Professor X. Draw up to 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and here's our final card. Getting some allies. Got metal shards here. We've got threat removal and damage again. Lots of allies, so I like this hand. This is a really good hand. Let's see what happens here. So he's going to get that 2 threat, and then he's going to come and punch us with double fanaticism, which is at least going to go away at the end of it. At the end of the attack, we do it, so I'll wait for a second. But basically, because we still have the Power Stone, we've got this. But things can't get much worse than it already is. So Pixie will defend. Our last hit point is going to be 3, 4, 5. 5? 6. Well, that was pretty weak for a Ronan double fanaticism. Defeats Pixie, goes through, pops our tough, but we are still healthy. Fanaticism goes away, which is very, very good news for all parties involved, except Ronan. Too bad. Then it's encounter cards, and we're probably going to get attacked here. First up, we have Cannonade. Okay, not getting attacked. Comes in with 4 threat. Wow, this feels a lot more forgiving in solo play. The Hinder 3 is pretty huge. And then we have Free Commando. Maybe I should have kept Route, but again, Metal Shards is looking really good right now. Although my allies are so efficient with Uncanny X-Men, and I do need to rebuild the Magneto army. So thinking about what I want to do here, Milano on Interception Imminent feels good, or on Cannonade feels pretty good. And then I could use someone cheap like Triage. But if I'm going to play Professor X and Confuse, I may have options. Let's go a little bit crazy here. Let's say, what if Cyclops, Milano, and Death Focus pays for Metal Shards? Then I can play Professor X. It's not really built up my army. So, kind of hoping I find my Magnetic Double with my cape here. Let's see how we go. What have I got here to shuffle back in? Some pretty decent cards. But it could be more decent. So we'll see if I can time going Alter Ego for that. If I'm confusing with Professor X, do I even need to take out Cannonade? Interesting. I could just attack Kree Commando for free. Play Cyclops, attack Kree Commando for free. I mean, that is an option. I could afford Professor X and Cyclops, right? Yeah, if I get that magnetic card, I definitely can Cyclops and Professor X. That doesn't feel terrible. I do want to start setting something up. I don't get the tough from Metal Shards, though, but Uncanny X-Men allies are just better than Death Focus Magneto cards. Since I can ready up and, do things in different order, let's just play it safe. Let's have Magneto fought for free up here. It reduces it down to 1 on the main scheme. There's no... Oh, there is Patrol. Hold up. Hold up. That's what he's got. Well, then I am going to attack for free. We're probably not going to get the tough this way. That's okay. That goes on Free Commando. And then I use Magnetic Pull. What do we find? We got rid of that. We got Asteroid M. Yeah, Cyclops and Professor X, it is. So, I'm going to be one-shot the click. But yeah, this is fine. Like I said, the Confuse or either normal activation. I can maybe use the Pre-Command Ship Interrupt if there's Dark Designs. So 2 of these for Cyclops. After Cyclops enters play, choose an enemy until the end of the phase. Increase the damage the enemy takes by 1 from attacks. So we will choose a Kree Commando, and I think Cyclops is going to hit them. But before we do that, we might as well play Professor X with the reduced cost as well, and extra health as well, for what little that matters. Maybe I stay down just to make use of the block with Professor X. I guess that makes sense. I do want to, I can shuffle Triage and Phoenix back in if I flip now, though. That feels like that's going to give me a huge power boost, maybe more than a block. That is going to be more difficult to math out than I want to while recording. I feel like it's going to be a long game because it's Magneto. I'm talking about a lot of my thoughts with a new character and new cards. And if we're blocking with Professor X, if it's overkill, we'll take it. I do think I've seen Kree Private go a couple times, so probably fine here. So Cyclops finishes off. Wait, I didn't ready up with my cape. Finishes off the Commando. He does 3 damage with the increased damage he can make things take. Then Professor X is going to... Yeah, Professor X will hit the main down to 1, and then Milano, which I've already used. Am I confused? What did I use the Milano on? feel like I didn't use the Milano, but since I put this on here, we're going to play it hard mode as if I didn't. So Professor X is going to have hit the main scheme, and Magneto will hit this one down to 1. That is the end of my turn. Ready up and draw cards. We've got Beasts. I've got a Heli character set up. We've got my double resource here. Electromagnetic Blast if something comes up. We've still not seen his Cree armor, I don't think. New Recruit side scheme. That's going to be interesting if I can get that going. And we can have 4 allies out now because Triskelion is still here. So, 2 threat goes on. Starting to get worried about pace, so I do hopefully just get one really good turn and I can set things up. And then he's going to swing for us. Professor X is going to block. I forgot to put the consequential on Cyclops. There we go. So it's going to be 3. No other bonuses, but double boost card. 3, 4, 5 with piercing. 6, 7. Ouch. Professor X is pretty sure he's wrapped in metal right now. There we go. And then we have our encounter cards coming at us. We actually had extra from the cannonade, so that could have been bad, but we are fine. Let's see what we've got for encounter cards. Number 1, Dark Designs. Pursuit counter goes on pursued by the pass. Then the villain will try and scheme, but the Confuse blocks it. Very, very happy with that. No problems. Then, Dark Designs again. Okay. So, Ronan is scheming for 2, 3, 4, and that is exactly what it needs to go over. No. It's going to give us a really clear board here. Oh, we actually had an extra threat as well from the Amplify icon on Cannonade, so it definitely would have gone over, even if we got a smaller boost. No problems at all, though. We're going to make the best of this. We actually have a bigger threat threshold here, so we can be a little bit crazier, maybe. I mean, I could have Milano to stop it going over. In hindsight, I think that makes more sense. Hold on, I didn't think about that. Which means we were at 3 threat on the first side. Sorry for the rewind. I am going to do this one because it's pretty humongously significant. Spend Heli Carona. I don't feel like I can set up here. We're just kind of going with good value Uncanny X-Men. That'll be the resource. We exhaust Milano. That cancels the Dark Designs, which means the counter does not go on here. Which means we did not get the boost card, so let's shuffle that back in. And yeah, pretty good. So we're down to 4 cards now, but that's fine because I have the Power Stone. And let me just remind myself of what Ronan has on his next stage. I've fought him many times. It's not a surprise. It's just playing less bad. Okay, we get a side scheme and reveal it. That feels like that should be okay. So straight up, I'm going to attack Ronan for 3, which will knock him onto his next side with 25 health. But at least the finish line will be in sight. So he comes in with a Duff and Retaliate, but we defeated a version which didn't have Retaliate, when we attacked. I don't know if in the modern game, after the rules change and how they talked about Retaliate, if I should be taking damage or not. Gonna play on hard mode. Gonna take it. Whatever. And then I need to look for superior tactics. What's this card? Oh, so he is getting the Power Stone. But it just takes 2 threat to remove it. Not a problem, we hope. Okay. This honestly feels doable, dare I say it. So I've got Professor X Triage still there if I do flip down to Alter Ego now. That Confuse would still be there if we blocked. Oh no, it's the first. There were 2 Dark Designs somehow. Crazy. Okay. I'm thinking I can play Beast here and then pay for Electromagnetic Blast. But I still can get a magnetic card here. So let's go ahead and discard with Magneto's Cape and see what we get. There goes Clarity. Oh, it's another double. So I can use 2 doubles for Beast who can get a double back. That's the kind of numbers I like. So we're going to use 2 doubles for Beast, and Beast will just grab one of them back. No questions asked. Fantastic. Really wish I had Utopia down, guys. Especially when I had Superior Tactics. Sorry, the Power Stone. Okay, I'm thinking if I play new recruits, I defeat it, I get an ally, and I can just pay for it with Master of Magnetism. Leaves me with one card kind of left over, though. Uh, Although the ally's going to be cheaper. I mean, I'm going to have an extra double resource if I do that. Maybe I didn't think that through, but I don't think there's a more efficient way to do it. I just got a lot of resources. Did ready up with my cape from Magnetic Pull. Cool. I mean, okay. So new recruits is 0 cost. And we are going to use Cyclops to defeat it. And now I have to figure out where I put these set aside allies that are part of it. 1 second, guys. I think they're at a different table. We are so back, and we have 4 choices. What do I need here? I mean, I really want to start going for damage. Just to show you guys, I'm just kind of doing this a little bit quick. Play only if your identity has the X-Men trait. We do our own hero form at 0 cost. When defeated, we get to choose one of these new allies. They all have the new trait and add it to our hand. So this now goes to the victory display after we choose one of these. I'll just do it now for convenience. 1 forwarding is good. That's going to mean Anoli here is 3 forwarding and 3 hit points. That's going to cover threat a lot. But on a similar note, I can get the attack from Surge, and that means this is 9 damage in the bank against Ronan's 25. I feel like that's going to push us toward that victory condition. I'm just going to keep this double for next turn. I feel like that's the best play here. So Electromagnetic pays for Surge. I think it makes sense to have Beast take out Superior Tactics. I don't know why I had Power Stone there. It's actually on Ronan. But that's gone now. I mean, maybe this can stick around for a turn. Maybe instead of putting the 2 forwarding there, Beast put the 2 forwarding here, which leaves me free to pop the Tough. The Retaliate kind of sucks here, actually, thinking about it. I forgot the Retaliate was a thing. So the power of time travel. I haven't drawn any cards since this. Do I go for the one with more health or the one with more forwarding? I mean, maybe I just went with the boring 4 option originally. Had that one fought from the main scheme instead of Beast. Beast is still here, and Beast can have taken out Superior Tactics. So we made no forward momentum there. And I just keep this double resource for next time. But we do have a formidable lineup of allies. Nothing is on fire in particular. And we're not getting double boost cards now, which is something. Do really want to have a big damage turn, though. So let's drop to our hand size of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got our armor here, which is tempting. Got our magnetic bubble, which is tempting. Really need to find a minion now because we've got wrapped in metal and magnetic missile in hand. Yeah, no allies. And my deck resets, which means an extra encounter card. Really wish I'd managed to get down 1 or 2 extra resource generators because I think we'd make a lot of forward progress that way. Cyclops, Beast, and now Anoli have missed his deck reset. It's fine. Let's see what happens. 2 threat goes on the main. We're getting attacked. Cyclops is going to take it. And that's going to be an extra... no, just normal boost. But he's got 5 attacks. So it's going to be 4, 5, 6 with Cannonade, 7. But no overkill. Goodbye, Psych. Okay. Now it's our triple encounter card, Extravaganza. Starting with the left one, we have Single-Minded Fury. That is going to surge into Angry Acolyte. Discard until an Acolyte minion is discarded. Reveal that minion. So that technically stays here for now. 1, 2, 3. That whiffs, which is actually really, really good for us. It doesn't get replaced. We couldn't find one, so that's that. Gonna give this a proper shuffle, better than my deck. And then we'll see what else we've got. You know what? So I can think about it while I shuffle. Let's just see what we've got next. Hull Breach. Deal 3 damage to the first player. I think we're going to exhaust Milano and just hope we don't have anything terrible. We now have Fanaticism back, and I've not made that forward progress I wanted to. So that is scary to have those in the encounter deck. Yeah, I think that is going to be just fine. So Milano will block that. Hopefully we don't live... Well, hopefully we live to regret it, but hopefully we don't regret it and we live. Exhaustion. We regret it. Okay. Well, I only cancel the unrevealed effects anyway, so it wouldn't cancel the whole thing. And that surges into Frenzy with Quick Strike, which is going to hit us for 2. And we must discard the top 2 cards of our no, Utopia. Like, I'm just looking back through my deck to see what's where. Like, this is shuffled. Well, Utopia is gone again. And yeah, Utopia is gone again. But I think that's the end of our bad things happening, right? Cancelled that. We had this. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, it's a thing that whiffed on the encounter deck. Cool, cool, cool. Let's keep going, guys. Let's keep going. So I did actually get the minion for Wrapped in Metal Magnetic Missile combo. So I actually have that paid for with just these. Then I am 1 short for the armor, but that is what Magneto's cape is going to probably find us. Not making a lot of full momentum again, but let's see what happens when we use our discard to find a magnetic card. A double resource. That's interesting. That readies us up. Well, let's spend 1 double on Wrapped in Metal straight away. Magnetic Bubble is like so Magnetic Missile is going to be some kind of damage, kind of progression there, so I shouldn't discount that and the value of the stun. Is the bubble more valuable than the armor? Stun and bubble, and then we can start to go on the offensive, maybe? I know I always say straight away it's just going to 0 the main. No questions about that. Cannonade's going to sit there and kind of hopefully tank Master Plan or something at the moment. That's kind of just what I'm going with. Honestly, the Magnetic Bubble letting us take another attack. Maybe? No, not. The chance of 2 is almost 0. Okay, because it would only block 1. I think Magnetic Bubble will just be discarded at the end here, and that's fine. So we'll get our armor into play finally. I'll plug that near the cape as they are kind of... No, I should show you guys the armor. When I discard things with Magnetic Pearl, I get to basically get stat bonuses based on whatever I happen to discard. Let's put it up here, but not an ally. Let's move those over. And yeah, I will discard this at the end of the turn. So that means I've got Magneto to use, and we will Magnetic Missile, spending Death Focus to pay for the superpower, which means I get to throw this minion at another enemy. It's going to be Ronan, dealing 5 damage, stunning him, and basically discarding all the parts of it. So down to 20. I mean, 1 good turn, and we can do this. If Cyclops... He's not coming around again. He didn't make the deck pass, did he? Still, this is doable. Entirely. Like, we're doing fine here. It is Expert Ronan, I need to remember. Yeah, so we've used Anoli. So I can attack for 2 and Beast can attack for 2. Yeah, we're getting in a really good win position here. So that's another 4 damage. We're at 16. And then we'll discard Magnetic Bubble at the end of our turn. As we ready up, we get up to 5, seeing the doubles, seeing Magnetic Shards, which is good damage. They carry. I mean, I really wish I'd been able to get these out. I mean, maybe I should have made more of an effort to do it, but I'm at 5 health here. How did I get to 5 health? The Quick Strike. Do I want to stay here with the overkill potential? I don't think... Oh, I did 5 damage. I get the Power Stone. Getting the Power Stone means I actually attacked for another damage. That's really good. We have him on the ropes. All I need to do is really survive 1 more turn. There goes my clock. Let's flip. And let's shuffle these 3 cards. Oh, that would have affected my hand here. Well, this is an optional response, and these actually don't give me any immediate damage. It might have stopped me finding metal shards. So to keep everything on track, let's say I did the smart thing and didn't do that. This is not a flawless game, guys, but, you know, 3rd time, really, 2nd time kind of playing this new character. It's late. New cards as well. It's Expert Ronan. I'm going to just... Yeah, we'll keep going. So, got my hand of cards here. I would get 1 extra, and that's cool for backup. That could be Cyclops. That could be Cyclops. And then bad things happen. So 3 threat now goes on. Yikes. He's not confused, so it's definitely going over. We're going to run with it. So it's going to be 3, 4, 5. Maybe I should use a stun here. I mean, that would have been a smart thing, but Boom, this goes over. What we have next is he gets a face down boost card because he already has the Power Stone. And actually, no, he doesn't have the Power Stone. What am I talking about? We got it back. So he gets the Power Stone. Then we flip this. Threat cannot be removed from here while he has a Power Stone. I don't care. It's fresh, it's new, and it's fine. Let's see what happens then. So now we're getting the encounter cards. When he activates, he gets an additional boost card. So for the sake of seeing what it was, this would be the other boost card. Give them additional boost card. So that main scheme went super over. And then we got our encounter cards. Almost caught a glimpse of this one. I didn't see what it was, but we are about to reveal it now. So, Evil Alliance. Does Exodus have guard? Because that could factor into me cancelling it. He's got steady, villainous, and toughness, I believe. So we're going to let Exodus come back out to play. Yep, there he is. Throw a tough on his face, cover that up. I'm totally fine with that from Evil Alliance, no problem. That means that resets. Next card is going to be Pre-Lieutenant. He's got guard and 7 health. No! And this is maybe why I flipped down, because it's going to take an extra turn to win. We've preserved the stun. And yeah, cool. Okay. This is fine, though. We're not in trouble here. Metal shards, which I can pay for a little bit of their focus. Suddenly very, very good. We're probably going to call for backup then, try and get something else going. Just keep things under control for one more turn. We can ignore the main scheme now. It's not going to go up by 6 here, probably, or if it does, we can probably Milano block it, something like that. Call for backup could be good for Professor X to be super safe, though. And wow, we had Cannonade. Yeah, that main scheme got annihilated. Does this mean I'm going to have to tank Exodus, though? I ready up with the cape. I have, at this point, done 3 damage. I can then do another 3 to 4 damage. Let's say just conservative estimate 6. Attack with Cyclops, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12. I'm so close to winning here. If this magnetic card I find brings me damage, we win. Like, it would have to be magnetic shards, right? Metal shards. Or I get wrapped in metal and I can ignore the Kree Lieutenant. I can't remember what's in my deck, though. I know this one wrapped in metal is definitely gone. Okay, well, I don't think there's anything I'm going to do Alter Ego. I mean, I could heal up. I'm so close to winning. We're going to take the risk. We're going to go for it. No fear. So we flip down. Oh, I cannot attack through here. Okay, we're going to go for the boring route, it looks like, which means pop the tough with Magneto's activation. And then we can use our magnetic pull. To this card, we've got a mental, which means I get +1 from the armor to my stats. We've got wrapped in metal. Okay, that's kind of good. So that is a mental as well. So I've only got the +1 to my forwarding here. Let's remath this out. So let's say the double goes for wrapped in metal, and blanking guard is very, very good for us, because now I can use my other double and this helicarrier hand to deal 7 damage to Ronan. Yeah, I think we almost certainly got the win here. I'm not going to math it out. Let's keep some suspense, but I'm like 99% sure. We spend this double on wrapped in metal. Guard is now gone. Asteroid M will pay for call for backup. That comes in with 3 threat on it. Then yeah, I think helicarrier strength. Let's hold on to this for a second. So Anoli is going to use his last hit point to fort for free. He actually came in pretty useful, guys. That defeats call for backup. Let's search for an ally. Any ally. I'm sure Cyclops is here. Hold up. Going too fast. So after Cyclops enters play, it doesn't have to be from hand. I'm going to shuffle this because I did look at this by mistake when I didn't need to. Not that I suppose I'm allowed to search it. Cyclops, after he enters play, until the end of the phase, choose an enemy. Let's choose Ronan. He takes 1 extra damage from every single attack now. Excellent. And we ready up with our cape from before. I keep forgetting that. I attack for 3. Cyclops attacks, and I take the retaliate. Maybe I should have taken more retaliate. Let's just, hard mode. Say I'm already at 3 health. Um, take the retaliate down to 3, whatever. Cyclops attacks taking 2 retaliate, that's fine. So we're at 3, 6, including the increased damage. 7, 8, 9 from Beast. Beast will die, faint, be defeated from that. That puts Expert Ronan down to 4. And then we can do the finale, Heady Carrot and Strength. Or even, Death Focus will overpay um, for Metal Shards. That is going to be 7 damage, which is 3 more than we need, so he's at negative 3 health now. And Ronan is defeated. We didn't even use the stun. Feeling great about that. We did it. This was a messy game. I don't often record gameplay, talk and do this. It is late. It's my first day playing Magneto, second session, third time if you include that very quick time I lost to Ronan before I recorded this. Made a couple of small mistakes. I'm sure something was slightly out, maybe that I didn't fully account for. But I took the hard mode on all the decisions I was unsure about. I took some extra damage. I ended up with 8 extra threat, 3 extra health, and I had 3 extra damage, so I probably could have flipped down and healed for 3 if I needed to, maybe afterwards. I don't know. But we won, and I think that's pretty excellent. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed Magneto. Hopefully I get to do some more gameplay videos more regularly, get more used to talking and playing. I think I moved the acceleration token over and forgot about it, so technically that should have been there, but we're all good. See you guys next time, and thank you for watching.